What's going on, guys? It's your boy ASG15, and today we are back with another video. We are going to be taking on the Kansas Jayhawks here in Season 4, Game 2. Please do forgive me, I am a bit sick, so it is what it is. But we're going to be joining with the boys, so let's go ahead and get to it. Holy crap. I can't even think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting on the feed from the Wazzou crew. They are once again late with production. I apologize. They are not, they don't have the budget. They do not have the budget for any of these things. Ladies and gentlemen, is your favorite commentator / usually your only commentator, Drew, here bringing you an absolute snoozer between the unranked Kansas Jayhawks and the 24 Wazzou Cougars. A lot of people are wondering how the fuck they paid off the committee. I'm sorry, not the committee, because we're not that far in. They paid off the media to get in the rankings. We will see if they earned that ranking here as the 2-0 Jayhawks come to town. You know, this is very reminiscent of last year's schedule. Honestly, deja vu. They opened up the season against Duke. You know, in that game where Duke missed 4 field goals that would have won them the game. And then their second game was against Kansas. So, Wazzou will kick this one off, get it away. And I don't know what that juke move was about. He had a lane due to the missed tackle. But the juke move takes away any opportunity there. Is Alex Mansky. What a name.
Drew, I'm going to pop in here for a second. It's interesting you bring up last year's schedule, given...
It is pretty similar, though. It's the exact same.
Last year's game against Duke, Duke did miss 4 field goals, and it was a 10-0, 13-0 victory.
Maybe the coach should be focusing more on the defense than trying to give a history lesson that was already given.
No, I was just about to say, given that the Kansas game was then a shootout, and then this year the Duke game was a shootout, so curious to see if this one's also going to be a shootout.
The way this Wazzou defense is looking, this is looking like it's going to have to be a shootout if they want to win. Now, we know their running back went off for 300-plus yards and 5 touchdowns last week as he was spammed to death. We will see if that continues today as, wow, just... The defense leaves a lot to be desired. You got to imagine that Wazzou is recruiting a lot of D linemen and linebackers this offseason. Maybe even considering putting, a safety in at linebacker, as that is going to be fired over the middle. Caught! He is untouched in the end, so they made that look so easy. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Dylan Williams with the catch, and he jetted in there. That man is fast.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is having a good game.
And the Cowboys are not.
I could have told you that was going to happen. I just swallowed that, and that was way too hot.
Congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles for clinching the division on a bye.
You wish.
Dude, the Commanders are fucking done.
Oh, yeah, no, they're
still
so cooked.
The 3-6 about to be 3-7 next week by the Lions. Without Jaden Daniels for like at least 6 weeks is what they're saying.
There's no way he returns,
gets a
right?
big hole. No, I mean it's a dislocated elbow. He can return from that.
Is it?
But
it looks so much worse.
They diagnosed it as a dislocated elbow. He might get a second opinion, but as McFall gets nowhere on that carry, on the read option, just goes absolutely nowhere. Damn, it's 24 to man. Y'all.
Yeah,
I'm more like disappointed in the offense as the quarterback passes is complete, and that is going to be a first down. As this guy is wondering if he needs to change his passing because he's just not getting the accuracies like other guys are.
Meh. He lives. He makes it work. Holy. There's a lot of numbers.
A handoff there to McFall. He has got a big hole, but he cuts right into a defender. Might have been able to pick up some more yards, but, you know. McFall with another carry, and you're seeing a heavy dose of McFall early. Gotta wonder how long those legs can go this season. With usage like this, they're going to throw it out in the flat to Wolf. He is going to get out of bounds at the 1 yard line. And McFall is going to be stuffed in the backfield on 1st and goal. They shot that gap. You got to wonder if they can do it again. Because you know Wazzou is going to run the ball with this fucking offensive line. They run a speed option. That is going nowhere. Woods is tackled in the backfield. 27-10 Cardinals. Just wanted to give you the update.
Preach.
And there is nobody there. Deron Williams is going to run that into the end zone for the touchdown. And Wazzou special teams that time stuffs the kick return. Doesn't even get it back out to the 20. And that ball is almost intercepted. He took a little long to get to that route. You know, you gotta wonder. He had the receiver behind. If he just throws a little bit more touch on that. And that ball is going to be fired and incomplete. Thought he might have gotten that in there. Third and 10. He is going nowhere fast. He's going to have to throw that away. Callow's got a lane, and he is going to bring that to the 25. They're going to hand it off to Woods this time as, you know, their main guy fall. And they're going to throw it to the end zone. I don't know what the DB was doing there. That should have been at least batted away, but that is a touchdown for the Cougars. You know, an ill-advised throw there, but the DB does not turn around. Honestly, I might turn this fucking Cardinals-Cowboys game off. That shit looks horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Dropping back, he throws it across the middle. That is complete, and he'll run it for a first down. The linebacker gets washed there. He's going to stay on his feet as he breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets across to the 31-yard line. This defense is absolutely horrid at stopping the run. They just can't tackle. I've never seen a team this bad at tackling before. And that's another big hole.
Did you watch Wazzou last year?
Nah, this team is worse when it comes to tackling, at least. You traded whatever little defense you had left for full-on offense. And that's going to be fired and caught. That's going to be a 1st and goal for the Jayhawks. Like we said, like we expected, another shootout. At least Washington State is bringing the fireworks this season. He's going to throw it out to the flat. He's going to make 2 guys miss and just walk into the end zone. What was that from the Wazzou defense? Just way too antsy trying to make that play instead of just wrapping him up in the backfield. And gets absolutely cooked. I mean, dude was touching dirt there. That was not a good kick return there, only out to the 16-yard line. Williams, he's going to throw it across the flat. I think that's going to come back, ladies and gentlemen. It is. That is going to be a hold on Wazzou. This is not the drive they had in mind. And the speed option out to Woods. We are not seeing a lot of Fall. A little bit curious as to why Maxwell Woods is starting to get more touches this game, as Fall is got a little bit of a right foot injury. Ladies and gentlemen,
here's a bruise. Well, leave him alone.
And we were wondering if that spamming was going to come back to hurt them, as the wheel route is going to be caught there by Woods. DB just did not react to that. I mean, he honestly could have picked it if he reacted. And Woods has a big hole. Maybe it's not the running back. Maybe it's this offensive line that should be getting the credit, because, I mean, I would just keep him out until he's ready, personally. And that time going nowhere on the outside zone, as the tight end now has a calf strain. But he should be back in this game.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Williams will pass.
Deron Williams to throw the screen out to McFall, but he will go absolutely nowhere. In fact, he will lose a yard, bringing up a 3rd and 15. Wazzou, you know they're going to go for it on 4th down, so they're thinking that this is 4-down territory here. They're just trying to get some yards back. But nope, they're going to go for it all, and it's going to be incomplete. He overthrew him just a little bit. The wide receiver did not want to dive for that ball, and they're going to have to punt. A huge mistake there. They could have made it a more 4th and manageable. Instead, they tried to go for the shot, and it just did not work. Kansas will get the ball at the 29-yard line with a chance to reclaim their early lead, knowing that Wazzou is going to get the ball at the half. He's got time to throw. He throws the in route, and that's going to be caught for a 1st down. Alex Mansky is finding the soft spots in this zone, and when there's man called, he is finding the open receiver.
Now this offense has a chance to take the lead. You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Wide receiver screen, that's going to be caught. He's going to pick up about 8 there and get pushed out of bounds with a little under 2 minutes left in the half. Kansas is bringing it to this Wazzou team. You got to wonder how Wazzou it feels about this. You know, they moved into the Big Ten, but Kansas, you know, they're a former Big 12 team. I believe they've also, did they also move into Big Ten? I don't think so. What are you doing? Buddy. Okay, they are in the Pac-12 for some reason. That makes sense. Makes so much sense. And that is going to be a 5-yard carry as another Wazzou player goes down with a minor injury. You didn't need to pause the game, by the way. You could have just answered the question. And that's going to be another first down. 1st and goal for the Jayhawks. This Wazzou defense just keeps getting walked down on. Another wide receiver screen. He's going to break one tackle and get tackled down at the 1. Kansas is going to call a timeout there. Don't know if I agree with that decision. I would have possibly ran the clock down a little bit. However, they're going to run the read option and get in untouched. Honestly, he could have handed that off to the running back too. It still would have been a touchdown, but the quarterback saw the stat padding and took full advantage. Kansas will reclaim a 1-touchdown lead with 36 seconds left in the half. Plenty of time here with Wazzou having 2 timeouts to at least get a field goal and then get the ball back coming out of the half. You got to see how Deron Williams and this Wazzou offense will manage this situation. They have played a relatively clean game so far. And Deron Williams, he's going to step up and take off. He's going to slide down. And they're going to have to hurry up to the line. The clock will move once the ball is set. And there you go. It starts moving. Deron Williams drops back. He's going to throw the little hitch route. It's going to be caught. That's going to be a first down for Callow. He's going to be just shy of midfield. They're going to hurry up again. And they're going to hand the ball off to their 3rd string running back. A little bit curious about that call.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
And Deron Williams, he drops back. He's looking. He's firing. He has a man. That's Columbus. Again, wait. That was a match coverage? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody was running match. They were just sitting in a zone. If that was match, that shit would have been bagged. That's horrible. We should have kept that route concept, honestly. The in route is going to be caught. That's going to be a touchdown. Westbrook spins, makes a man miss, but only gets out to the 17. You got to think they're just going to kneel the ball here.
So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman. These quarterbacks have been wheeling and dealing. A little bit of everything through 2 quarters. Exactly what we expected all week, if not even exceeding those lofty expectations. Feels like
Thank you for this halftime report. I mean, Kansas and Wazzou playing to a 21-21 game here at half. Pretty much going exactly how we expected. You know, neither of these defenses are going to be able to stop the other. I mean, Wazzou is basically like your typical Cincinnati Bengals team. High-powered offense, absolute dog shit for defense, and you're gonna get shootouts pretty much every week, which is gonna be entertaining for our viewers. So if you like these high-scoring affairs, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Deron Williams, he's gonna roll out to his right. He is going to fire, and that is gonna be caught. The DB just sort of stops tracking the route there, and Lamar Yates takes advantage. You know, gotta love this stupid AI. Wish I would get this type of AI. They're gonna hand this one off to McFall. He is going to be tackled, about 11-yard gain there. Only 8 carries for 49 yards after a monster start to the season last week. He's going to catch that one out the backfield, and I think he got more yards on this reception than he has as a runner this game. They're going to hand this one off to McFall, but that's going nowhere, and he is going to be hurt. And that is just not what Wazzou fans wanted to see. You're not going to be able to bring him back in, bro. And the speed option, he just about gets it off. Don't know about that one. That is going to be a touchdown, folks. As Derek McFall has an ankle bruise. He should be all right to return, but definitely something to monitor this season. You know, he might be dealing with such an injury all year if Wazzou State don't, like, pick some games, like, to not just give him the ball 5 plays in a row. You know, they might not be spamming him the whole game, but they are. It does seem to this commentator that when they do get him the ball, they get him the ball over and over and over again on a drive, and that is what is bumping up his wear and tear instead of balancing out across multiple drives. As I am joined here in the second half by my colorless commentator, Gerard. This has been a high-scoring affair here. What are your thoughts, you know, not having watched this game at all? Well, I'll tell you what, their defense is not doing any bullshit, as Kansas has walked them down multiple times. And Wazzou's running back has been in and out of this game with injury. You know, I don't even think it's because of that, because now that I'm actually watching him, yeah, he'll get like maybe 20 touches in a game, but it'll be like a drive where he's like the only one touching the ball. And then the next drive he won't touch the ball, and then he'll get like a bunch of touches, and that's just gonna, you know, instead of spreading them out. I don't think so, as that is going to be complete, and that is going to be a big catch and run. Wazzou's defenders like to go for these tackles, but they just don't take the right angles. I understand, though. And that is going to be fired and complete. And that's going to be handed off. I don't know why the quarterback doesn't throw the screen there. The DB clearly crashed in.
And the Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. Nice job being physical by this offensive line.
And that's going to be complete out in the flat, but that's going nowhere. That was just a weird play design, honestly, if you ask me.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Get him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a...
And that's going to be fired across the middle and incomplete. The DB does just enough to distract the receiver's concentration. It looked like it was in the receiver's hands. Maybe the DB got a hand to it on the diving attempt, but it looked like just a flat-out drop. 3rd and 8 here. And that pass is going to be low and incomplete, and Kansas is going to have to settle for a field goal and trust that their defense can get a stop here. And that is going to be up and good. 28-24 lead for Wazzou State. Number 24, Wazzou.
Some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
And Woods is going to get a big lane, and he's going to take that almost to midfield. A huge run. That is not what the Kansas Jayhawks defense wanted to do. And they tried to run it again with Woods. They only get 2 yards there on the outside zone. And Deron Williams is going to be pressured, and he's going to go down. That's going to be a sack. And a major 3rd and 16 here. And they're going to hand it off on the RPO bubble pop. That's only going to pick up 4 yards. There was no reason for the linebacker to flow with the running back, so the pop that they were trying for was never going to work. He's just going to take away the pass on 4th and 16. Not a very good situational awareness there from the head coach of Wazzou.
Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down.
4th and 12. They are going to bomb it down the field. That's going to be caught. Sorry about that. Nice. Nice. And that's going to be incomplete. You know, some people wonder why Wazzou would go for it up 4 on 4th and 12. That is not realistic football in their own territory. But they spam that go route, and the angle is going to be picked off. And maybe they should have just punted it. An absolute mistake. He threw the angle a little bit too softly. You got to bullet that one in there. The linebacker jumps it, and Kansas has a chance to take the lead. Oh man, yeah, they'll do that sometimes. Dude, it's so bad in Madden. At least when I last played Madden. And the quarterback there, he's going to step up. He has a lot of room to run, but he's going to slide down at the 43. First down, Jayhawks, 5:43 left to go in this one. They need a touchdown here. But you're kind of in between wanting to score quick or take off a lot of time. And the DB makes a great touchdown saving tackle there. That would have gone.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
Well, not much the defense could do there. The defensive end crashed down thinking the running back had a nice job of the ball handling there by the QB.
Just trying to avoid negative plays, continue to put stress on the defense. That's what he does there.
And that's a play this guy can run in his sleep, too. They rep this over and over and over. It's like clockwork for this guy.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. They'll run the option.
The speed option on 4th and 1. They're giving Wazzou a taste of their own medicine, and that is going to be a first down. You see the hit stick and frustration. They've seen that play a lot of times in practice, but they cannot defend it here in the game.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Rodgers.
And that's going to be complete. He's going to get down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. You kind of want to score here quickly so that Wazzou is incentivized to, you know, try and score as quickly as possible. Give you enough time to score back yourself and win the game. That's going to be a sack, though. 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball.
That is a real running back right there. Not that fucking trash at Wazzou. That pass is going to be complete. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 6. Wazzou's going to call a timeout here with 2 minutes 11 seconds left. And they could have just let it go to the 2-minute warning. Doesn't really matter because it's the same thing as having all 3 timeouts anyways. And that is going to be incomplete. He dropped it. He was wide open. And he drops the touchdown. That would have given the Jayhawks the lead. Wazzou is the luckiest team on the planet sometimes. And the quarterback missed the wide open receiver. That would have been another touchdown. Instead, he takes the sack. And I believe Wazzou is going to hold on to win this. Absolute fuckery from the Kansas Jayhawks. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Jared, I really wanted to change the chat name in the Eagles chat room to NFC East Champions, but I don't want to jinx it. It's looking very lucky. And Bordeaux is going to catch that, and he is going to pick up the 1st down, and that almost will do it here. Wazzou will be able to take off a lot of time here. Deron Williams is going to scramble out to his right. The DB had a chance again to pick it up, but he doesn't pay attention. Wazzou can kneel this one out. You know, they criticize other teams for not kneeling it out when they have the game won, but it seems like they don't want to follow that same advice. And Deron Williams is going to scramble out to his right. He's going to throw incomplete. Again, he could have just kneeled the game out, and that would have been that. Instead, he wants to run up the score for no reason. Doesn't really give him anything. Read option is going to go absolutely nowhere, and the injury timeout stops the clock. And another run going absolutely nowhere brings up a 4th and goal. And they're not going to kick the field goal here to go up a touchdown. They're going to try and score. Really weird decisions here from the Wazzou coaching staff. The speed option. He is going to try and run in, and he's going to be tackled out inches short of the goal line. Kansas has 51 seconds and no timeouts to go. 99.99 yards. An absolute mockery of the game by Wazzou. Fucking moron of a coach. And they're just going to complete that pass. He chooses not to step out of bounds. He stays inbounds, doesn't even pick up the 1st down. Kansas is going to have to run to the line here quickly. 40 seconds left. They're going to clock it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. They could have had like a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5 if he just ran the other way and ran out of bounds. Don't know what he was thinking there. And they're going to throw that across the middle. That's going to be complete. They're going to have to hurry to the line here again, but the clock is going to stop momentarily as the ball gets set. The clock is moving. They are going to clock this one. 27 seconds left on their own 18-yard line.
I thought I just disconnected.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous about that.
Oh, that's concerning.
And Wazzou, I mean, you would have had to think, I don't know. And he's going to launch that deep. That's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 10. They have 2 chances left to pick up this 1st and get out of bounds. You got to think for Wazzou, you want to defend the boundary and you want to defend deep. You don't care if they catch the ball over the middle of the field. That doesn't help them. And they're going to take the one-on-one shot, and that is going to also fall incomplete. It is 4th down. Again, a pass across the middle does not hurt Wazzou. Unless they get over the top. And they're going to try it again, one-on-one, and he's going to come down with it, but he's tackled in bounds with 9 seconds left. Are they going to be able to get to the line in time? I don't think they will. The clock is stopped, and now it will move, and they are just going to run a play here, it looks like. Last chance for the Jayhawks, and they aren't even going to throw for the end zone. What the fuck was that? Yeah, bro, you are the luckiest piece of shit I have ever seen in my life. I fucking hate you, bro.
I should have scored, though.
No, you shouldn't have, because you shouldn't have gone for it. You get on my ass for that shit all the time. Fuck you.
Hey.
You should have just kneeled the ball out. They had no timeouts. You had 1st and goal. Kneel the ball out and end the fucking game. Don't talk about, oh, I should have scored. Why are you throwing the speed option on 4th and goal from the 5?
One of the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, see, that's what you get for trying to manipulate a Heisman. Guess what? You fucking failed at that.
Well, still got
the
the win.
Wazzou will take this one 28-24. I mean, Kansas did drop a touchdown.